Good morning, simulation farmers. Welcome back to the episode of To Be Real. I'm your host, Charm. I literally could throw up about how excited I am to record right now. My subconscious has been raging war on me and on me trying to step into this new reality, on me trying to show up for my dreams and for myself. I am such an all or nothing person. So when I want something, I go all in, like insane goals, and I just go after them with this insane drive and momentum. However, my spirit gets ahead of my nervous system. And so I shock my nervous system and it's like, wait, what is happening right now? Like there's so much change. Like this is not sustainable. What's going on? Because I also tend to neglect myself because I'm so hyper focused on something. And then my subconscious is like, no, block. We're not doing this. Absolutely not. And so I have been very blocked the last 2 weeks, and I'm going to talk about this in another episode. However, I finally overcame the subconscious block and I have been dying to record. I genuinely love it. Like I live, laugh, love doing this. Like genuinely, I love recording so much. I love editing so much. I'm working on loving posting as well. And it would be ideal if eventually I began to love promoting my work. But in terms of recording, I love it so much. Anyways, today we are going to talk about the quote unquote negative things that happen when you are about to level up that are actually just signs and symbols that you are leveling up. So kind of in a sense to encourage you that if you're seeing these things in your current reality and you're just kind of like, oh my gosh, maybe this isn't meant for me, or you're just feeling like giving up, this is your sign to keep going. I actually have a date today. I'm so excited and I am running late. So maybe, just maybe this will be a shorter episode. If not, that man will just have to wait. And I was thinking on my way here, like when I was thinking about my episode, I was like, I have been through so many toxic relationships and very short-term unhealthy relationships that I would never ever in a million years give you guys actual dating advice. However, I would love to tell you guys like what not to do. Like use me as a cautionary tale. Like I have so many examples of literally what not to do if you want to be in something healthy, because it's everything that I did in order to enter my super unhealthy relationships. So hopefully that'll be coming sometime soon in theaters near you. But yes, negative things that happen before a level up or an up level that are actually signs for you to keep going. That being said, let's get right into the episode. So the first one is things seem to be getting significantly worse, like really bad. Like it just seems like you're being tested for some reason. And in a sense you are. I personally don't like to believe in the universe testing you. I just believe this is the natural process. It's kind of the universe's way of recalibrating around who you actually are. As much as the external reality is not fixed, it is as fixed as it has been allowed to become, depending on how long you have spent solidifying a belief and living in that reality. Does that make sense? Your external reality is absolutely capable of shifting and changing. However, the longer you have held a reality, the more the more solidified your external reality is. And so when you transform your mind and when you are trying to transcend your reality, you come up against that last almost like skeleton of your external reality. And I've talked about this before in terms of you're a triangle that wants to become a circle or a circle that wants to become a triangle, and your external reality is imprinted with the shape that you are now. And so when you're trying to finally transform your external reality, you really push against the skeleton of who you were in this current reality. And so things seem to get worse as you are trying to continue to fit into a reality that you no longer fit in. Because as much as you are trying to leave this reality because you have transcended this reality, in the same way, your external reality is also trying to get rid of you. It's like you don't belong here. I've personally never tried this before, but I heard that if you go into your dream and you're like lucid dreaming and you tell them like, oh, like I know I'm dreaming, or you're just a part of my dream, like either they start chasing you or something happens, because that's not something that you're supposed to know. And in the same way, your external reality is trying to chase you out of your dream, because it's like you no longer fit here. Like there's something off about you. You're one of the among us. My first graders are so obsessed with Among Us. I never played it, but I think it was one of those like mafia things where it's like you're not supposed to be, you're hidden. You're something that is hidden in our environment that is not meant to be here. My lighting is so weird right now. I'm sorry if my lighting gets weird. I'm not like looking at my viewfinder, and so every once in a while I check and then the lighting is insane. However, if it helps you to view this butting up against the skeleton of your reality, your current reality, as a test, be my guest. That's so fun. I just personally don't like the idea of the universe testing you. Like, I just don't feel like it's testing you. This is just the natural progression of things. But like when you go down an incorrect path and like negative things happen, I just view the things that come along not as punishments for taking this road, but just as natural repercussions of your actions, you know? And so I kind of view this quote unquote final boss, final test as the same thing. This is just the way that reality shifts. It's you butting up against a solidified reality to finally kind of break the mold. To break the mold, you're like, I am so solid in my current belief, my new belief in my new identity that my external reality has no choice but to shape itself around me, but to transform around me. But first you have to really butt against that to really solidify to yourself and to push that level of energy into your external reality to say, I am this new being. It literally builds the energetic momentum of your mind and of your new belief when you butt up against something that feels so real and opposite to what you believe about yourself. And the thing is either transform or repeat, or transcend or repeat the same cycle. And what happens when you repeat the same cycle and you don't transform your reality, even though you were almost there, but then, you hit that final boss and then you deal with it in the same way that the version of you that is in this current reality that holds the same identity as the version of you that, created this external manifestation, this sense of lack in some sort of way, or powerlessness in some sort of way. When you reconform to that mindset and you don't hold fast to the new identity that would have forced your external reality to shift, you are in a sense caused to repeat the cycle, but again, not as a punishment, but simply because you realigned yourself with this reality. You allowed yourself to go from, I know I am a triangle. I know I'm a triangle. I look like a circle. Everything in my external reality tells me that I have to be a circle, but I know I am a triangle. But if you butt against that circle and then you're like, oh, fine. Oh my gosh. Like I am a circle because everything else is telling me that I'm a circle and like the situation just sucks so bad and I feel really powerless. You have now left your mental realm, your new transcendent experience of being a new person, of having a new mindset, of holding the frequency of a new identity within you. And you have now re-identified with this past version of you. And so, yes, you repeat the same cycle. And it's very important to note what this final boss looks like because typically it will come back up again, just disguised in another outfit, like same shit, different smell, like literally same shit, different smell. Like I told you guys about when I got towed and the amount that I had set aside for myself was $400. And then I felt that was my final boss, but I had kind of been lost in the idea of lack afterwards because I was dealing with the repercussions of not having those $400. And then I was like, oh, fuck, like I'm probably gonna have to go through this again because I failed the test. And that was probably my final boss for me to show that I don't believe in lack. A couple weeks later, so many things had to go wrong for me to get $400 stolen from my purse. And I was like, it's the same exact amount. I know what this means. I know this is the final boss. I know I'm meant to just let this go and chalk it up to the game and just be like, okay, I lost $400. It'll come back. It's fine. And by the end, I was like, actually, absolutely not. I want those $400 back in my hands. I do not care. And I got those $400 back. Why? Because now I was aligned with a reality where I was like, no, I don't just lose $400. I'm not someone that, feels lack once they lose money. It always comes back to me. I always get it back as if it never happened. That is my current testimony. And so when you feel yourself butting against it, that's when you have to hold fast. Like that is when you know, like, oh, I'm about to get there. I'm going to get excited. Instead of feeling weakened or stressed, just know, like, no. This is my sign. I am on the precipice of a breakthrough. I am literally right there. I'm about to tear that veil open. And my new life is right on the other side. That new reality that is now in alignment with the new self that I created, the new beliefs that I have implemented that match the rewiring of my subconscious beliefs. Know it like you know it, like you know it. Take it as proof when you come up against your final boss or your external reality seeming to do everything to push you out, just really being your worst enemy. And you're feeling like God is really putting you through the test and, you've been drafted to be God's strongest soldier in the front lines of battle. That is your first sign. Keep going. Actually, one last thing. If you fail that quote unquote test, it's fine. Now you just get the opportunity to reinforce the lesson even deeper. If you had passed that test and you weren't meant to pass that test, you would not have been able to hold the shape that you would need to be to stay and fit comfortably in your next realm or in your next, identity shift, new reality. So you don't want to get there before you're ready. You won't be able to hold on to it and you won't be there comfortably, and your subconscious will do everything to get you back to a reality that feels comfortable and familiar. You want to get to the place that when you move through that veil, that is your new comfortable and familiar. And so just be like, fine, this is an opportunity for me to reinforce this lesson. I've noted this is what my lesson is going to look like. It's literally you taking the test and not passing, and your teacher's like, okay, you can retake it in like a week or whenever. It's going to be a pop quiz the next time. However, it's going to be the same exact test. You're ready. You already took it. You already know what you got wrong. You already know what the test is going to look like. You're good. And honestly, once you failed it once and you're able to recognize it the second time around, the likelihood of you failing it again is significantly less. Once you're retaking it, you're like, actually, I know exactly what the answers look like. I know exactly how I'm supposed to react. I can easily identify with the reality that I know that I want to transcend into, and I can easily hold on to the mentality that would keep me aligned with that reality and pass this test effortlessly. Easily. The next one is you feel stuck or lost. Like you literally do not know what the next step is. You're just in this state of waiting. You're in the waiting room. You don't know what's next. You don't know what to do with yourself. You're like fidgeting your thumbs and you're like, if someone would give me the next step, I would do it. I just don't know what the next step is. That is similar to your final boss, but it's also your next reality recalibrating. Like it's that new reality kind of shifting into place, and you're not meant to know what to do. At this point, you're just meant to trust and hold the vision. Understand that, okay, I've done all that I can. I'm still trusting. My new reality is simply recalibrating around me. Things have fallen apart. The dust has settled. Things are being cleared out and things are about to fall into place. Things fall apart, then they fall into place, but they don't fall into place immediately. It takes time for these things to develop and for these things to, reach you. But in that time, for them to reach you, you have to hold on to your new frequency. And as you hold on to it, that momentum builds and builds and builds. And then all of a sudden, everything is happening all at once. But it's because you held on to that frequency instead of allowing yourself to get lost in the feeling of lostness. Trust that this feeling of lostness and being unsure about the next step and where to go and where to move and, what to do and whether you do this or not, or whether you pursue this or not, trust that that is part of the process. You're not lost. You're just waiting, and you're not necessarily waiting for the thing. You are just allowing yourself to be in the here and now and trust that everything is coming to you. The idea of waiting, and why I say you're not waiting, is because when you're waiting for something, you are still aligned with the perspective that you do not have it. When you are at a restaurant, everybody in the manifestation world uses this example. When it comes to manifestation, it's like you place your order and then you just enjoy your time. You're not constantly checking on the chef, oh, did you get my order? Oh, are you sure? Can I do this? You're just waiting while you are waiting, quote unquote, for your food. But the best thing you can do is just enjoy. You can look over the menu. You can just enjoy the environment. You can play on your phone. You can talk to your friend. You can read a book. There are so many things that you can do to distract yourself so that the waiting is not waiting. Instead of you waiting, you are just experiencing life, and you are just looking forwards to. You're not waiting, you are looking forwards to things falling into place. That is how you minimize your quote unquote waiting period. It becomes waiting when you start waiting for it and when you are twiddling your thumbs waiting for the paint to dry. I recently got obsessed with a township, and my crops take time to grow. And once it reaches 29 seconds, I can harvest my crops without waiting for it to get to zero. And sometimes there's like a minute and 15 seconds left and I like just watch it. I watch it go down 1 second at a time. And I'm like, when is it going to be 29 seconds so I can harvest it? I am waiting. However, when I'm like, whatever, there's still 5 minutes left. Let me just go do something else. Let me read a page in my book, or let me go to the restroom, or let me grab a bite to eat. I come back and it's at zero. It's not at 30 seconds and, I'm like harvesting it early. The time came and went and I filled that time with something that brought joy to me. You know that the thing is coming. Why wait? Why wait? Just enjoy yourself. It's coming. Yes, it's on its way. I know it's on its way. Everything's fine. I'm okay. Everything's on its way. I don't need to worry. Everything's fine. Let me just enjoy what I'm doing here now. Let me just enjoy, the last bits of time that I'm going to spend in this reality. Let me say goodbye to the things. Let me start, planning and prepping of what I will do when it's here and how exciting it'll be. You're not waiting. You are holding the expectancy and being present to your current reality. You're saying your goodbyes. Thank you for your service. Goodbye. And so you're not lost. You're not stuck. You're not waiting. Things are just loading. Keep trusting. Be in the present and enjoy it. Next, you are feeling extremely tired. This is something that I'm already just like a sleepy girly in general, but I know that if I have been doing subconscious work in order to level up, I get so tired, because in the same way that your external reality has to recalibrate to your new energy, so does your internal reality. So does your energy. It has to recalibrate and get used to this new frequency that you are vibrating at. I think the higher the frequency, the faster the waves are, or the shorter the waves are, and the lower the frequency, the slower the waves are. Do not quote me on that. I just feel like visually that would make sense. And so if all of a sudden you are elevating your frequency and now you're moving at a faster frequency than you are used to, then yes, you are going to have to recalibrate and get used to vibrating faster, moving faster. And so you have to sleep. Let yourself sleep. You're exhausted all of a sudden. Nothing's wrong. Nothing's wrong. You're just recalibrating and you are on the verge of a level up. It should be something that you're so excited about, and you should enjoy that rest. And like, I know it and I recognize it because it's a different type of exhaustion. But I embrace it because I'm like, yes, we made it. We're recalibrating. And so you're tired, you're depleted, respect it, honor it. Don't push yourself. Don't think, oh, well, I'm almost there. Like, I need to push myself. I can't be tired now. No, rest is necessary and vital to everything, to your existence. And also to your up leveling. It's part of the process. Embrace it. Allow yourself to rest. I promise you, you will not be tired forever. You will recalibrate. Your nervous system will have time to catch up. You'll have time to get used to this new level that you are entering. Rest. Embrace it. I currently am so tired all the time. Like, even as I'm recording right now, I just feel like this fog of sleep. You guys probably see me like blinking so slowly, and I'm, fighting this sleep / how excited I am to record. But I know that the self-sabotage that I was experiencing, as well as this level of exhaustion and just tiredness that I'm feeling, is part of the level up. And so I embrace it and I'm like, yes, it's a sign. It's a sign that I'm almost there, if not already there, and I'm just recalibrating. And so is my external reality. And that is the other part, self-sabotage. You will see it, you will feel it like no other. And it's so frustrating because you're like, first of all, I was doing so good. Second of all, this feels like it's taking me away from everything that I want. And the reason why this is happening is because your ego is afraid of change. Your subconscious is not here to, give you the best life possible. It's here to keep you safe and comfortable in the familiar. And so when you are stepping into the unknown, your subconscious is like, nothing exists outside of here and now. If we step into this unknown, even though consciously you may know that this is the reality of your dreams and everything good lies on the other side of this, final step into your transformation, your subconscious mind is like, no, outside of this is just the empty abyss. And if you step out of here, you're done. You're dead. We're gone. And to a degree, yes, this old version of you must die in order to be, transcended into this new version of you to experience a transfiguration. However, your subconscious mind doesn't know that. And so it will do everything necessary to block you from continuing. It'll make you feel resistance. It'll make you feel, just stress. It'll make you not want to work on it. It'll make you feel lazy. It'll make you, just get so busy all of a sudden. It'll get you sick. It'll do anything in its power in order to prevent you from moving forwards. In another episode, we will talk about how to get through the subconscious self-sabotage. But right now, I just need you to know that that's part of it. All of these quote unquote negative things, I just need you to be able to recognize them. This episode is all about changing your perspective, giving you a new sense of awareness, an expanded sense of awareness about these different things so you don't fall into the trap of thinking that you should just give up. This isn't meant for you. You can't do it. No, you are right at the precipice of change. You're literally right there, one step away. Another one is feeling really detached from your reality, just kind of like you're a zombie. And that's because, again, you do not vibrate at the frequency of this realm anymore, of this reality anymore. So yes, you are going to feel detached because you are detached. You are now attached and anchored into your new reality. You're no longer anchored into this one. And so when you're not emotionally attached to something and you're literally detached, you're going to feel apathetic towards it. And when you feel this sense of apathy, it doesn't mean to just quit what you're doing. It just means to be aware, hey, I'm feeling apathetic, not because, I am just like on the verge of giving up and I just don't care anymore and I'm just like so over it. No, I'm feeling apathetic because I'm now vibrating at the frequency of my new reality and I should just stay excited about that. You don't need to focus on how apathetic you feel about your current reality, because then you will just perpetuate staying in this reality and feeling apathetic about it and feeling disconnected from it. Use all of these as signs and symbols to reconnect and just like live mentally and emotionally in your new reality, because that is what will attract it to you even faster. You will be magnetic towards it. It won't have a choice but to, one, materialize in your external reality, and two, match the frequency that you are vibrating at. And then lastly, things fall apart. And we kind of talked about this in the first one where, things are feeling kind of like they're pushing you out or you're reaching your final boss. Things must fall apart in order for things to fall into place. All of a sudden, you're getting kicked out of your apartment. All of a sudden, your friend just starts being distant and being mean to you, or, you're having issues at your job or whatever. Things must fall apart for new things to fall into place. You're okay. You're safe. You're fine. This is meant to happen. Be excited about that. Be excited because you know that this is a sign that you have made it. You are here now. Don't even think about like, oh, I'm one step away. No, you're here and now. You're here and now. You're here and now. And everything is happening as proof that you are here and now. Because you are. And that's exactly what's happening. I know it, your higher self knows it, and now it's time for you to know it. All of these things are signs and symbols that you are on the precipice. Hold on to that trust, that faith, that hope. Know it like you know it, and be excited about all of these things that you would consider to be quote unquote negative. They're not. They are the signs of change. They are the pitch black sky that is getting prepared to be filled with fireworks. You have made it. This is that final layer of darkness before the most incredible breakthrough. Keep going, hold the vision, hold tight, get excited. You're there. Anyways, that is the end of this episode. I love you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you guys learned so much. This was so fun to record, so fun. I just had the best time and I have enough time to get ready. Actually, I don't. I love telling myself that I don't even need a full hour to get ready, but I do. But I will make it work. So anyways, I love you guys so much. I will see you in my next episode. And yeah, thanks again for tuning in. Love you. Bye.